recently escaped our freezing cold British winter and visited Malta in December. Malta is a small island archipelago. It's situated between Africa and Europe, so it's a perfect place to escape the cold winters. It was about 18 to 20 degrees, which while is not extremely hot, it feels hot in comparison to the 6 degrees or less that we were getting at home. In this video I'm going to talk about the things that you can get up to in Valletta, the tiny capital of Malta. So if you are planning a trip to Valletta, then get a notebook and pen and jot some of these ideas down. I think it's quite a good list to say that I did end up getting food poisoning in the last 36 hours or so I actually didn't cover quite as much as I wanted to, but I have got everything on the list that I wanted to do. So first things first, I should probably tell you about the accommodation. We stayed in Palais, Brun, a really beautiful property. It has a rooftop pool, also I think it has a bit of a spa and a really nice breakfast area. We've got one of the famous little balconette. I think breakfast is included with all the room options. It's a good breakfast, it's very varied, you've got a lot to choose from there. So it's a lovely little stay there. It's also just out of the way of where everything is happening. It's a little bit quieter, but you've got like a 5-minute walk to where all the action is as well. So it was a nice option for us. We were quite happy with that accommodation. In terms of the first thing on our list, we had landed that day. Once we got situated in our hotel, we decided to grab some food. So the first thing on the agenda was Pastizzis. These typically come with a filling of either ricotta cheese or mushy peas. I'm not a pea fan, however I was pleasantly surprised that actually the mushy pea was the one that I liked more. Apparently the word Pastizzi is a euphemism. I will let you use your imagination for that one. I don't like mushy peas, so this will be interesting. Yeah, got right in there. It tastes like British chip shop curry mixed in with the peas, like spicy peas. Danny's nodding. It's not bad actually for someone who doesn't like peas. So I've got the ricotta cheese on.
Supposed to nibble food like this when you're tasting it, not snaffle it down in 3 bites. Come on, let's get some takes. Some hot takes.
I think I might actually like mushy pea one more. It's still really nice, but a very subtle cheesy flavour. There are similarities, I think, to like a British pasty.
Don't talk with your mouth full.
But there's like loads of layers of that delicious pastry and it's crispy on the outside. It's really good at short-term. Yeah, really enjoyed this little snack. It's also super cheap, so if you're just running around needing a quick lunch and you're short on the pennies, just pick up a couple. We went to Jeff's Pastizzeria, which was just around the corner from the hotel, but there are loads of little places that do it. Highly recommend. Jeff's was great. So once you've got your Pastizzis and you're on the go, you're going to want to just take a walk around, explore the stunning streets of Valletta. You're going to have a bit of a workout, it is very hilly. Just explore the streets, explore your surroundings, take in the scenery, the beautiful doors, the balconies. There's a lot to see just by walking around. The hilly nature of this tiny city. Valletta is pretty gorgeous. I don't know if you can see it on camera a bit. With a bit of a sunset at the top. As you're walking, you may just happen upon the main street, the main tourist street, which is Republic Street. Again, at the time that we were there, they were celebrating Christmas in a big way, so if you are looking to enjoy the festive season but also warm up a little bit, Malta is a great place, Valletta is fantastic, and the only thing I will say, the crowds are intense, especially as you're approaching the weekend around Christmas. Everybody's there to celebrate. It's a very popular place to be, so it is very, very busy. if you're a little bit intimidated by the crowds like me, then you can just nip down a different street and you'll be totally fine. It's just that one street is crazy hectic. But Republic Street is also where all your shopping is. You've got designer stores, plenty of restaurants and bars. If you keep heading up Republic Street, you'll come to an area that opens up and you'll see the Triton fountain, which speaks for itself. It's pretty stunning. With the Christmas festivities going on as well, it was highlighted even more so. Number 5 on the list, and one of the absolute musts for me, is St John's Co-Cathedral. Built by the Order of St John in the 1500s, it was dedicated to St John. Now, I love my photography. I love photography in things like cathedrals where you can pick out little details. I actually found it really hard in this cathedral because it wasn't just little pieces of intricate design. The whole place was just caked in like fine details. It was just fabulous to walk through, and yeah, intimidatingly decadent. You'll be given a audio guide. Oh, I keep forgetting what they're called. You'll be given an audio guide as you enter, so you can learn about the features as you explore. One thing that we did want to do, and it turns out it's been closed for a little while to the public, was visit the Grandmaster's Palace. Apparently there's a huge amount of restoration going on, and I was unaware that it was closed from 2020, so I missed that memo, but we did show up and we found a sign that told us that we basically couldn't access it. So maybe in the future the restorations will be finished, and I think that would be well worth a visit as well. So number 7, Fort St Elmo guides you through, it's like a timeline of the history as you go from exhibit to exhibit. So you can get your tickets from here, Fort St Elmo, and enter here. It was really interesting, it was incredibly informative, and as I say, there is so much history that if you look into try and get to grips with it, then it's a really good way to do it, because it will guide you through it. Once you're finished at Fort St Elmo, if you walk around the coast just a little bit, you'll come across the Siege Bell War Memorial. It's worth a visit. Once you clamber up, you'll have some pretty stunning views as well. This is what you get if you come to Malta in December. Time for some food. Now, I was going to do a whole separate video on food in Valletta, but since I got food poisoning, I've ruled out the ones that definitely didn't cause it, so we're just going to bundle it all into one. So number 9 on the list, I went to PIRA. Now, I'm not much of a meat eater, but I'm willing to try new food. We're in Malta. Rabbit is known as one of the dishes. Now, rabbit alone or rabbit stew seemed a bit intimidating to me, but they had a dish. It was rabbit rigatoni, I think. Yeah, rabbit rigatoni, which was delicious. It was fabulous. It actually tasted a bit like, it had the texture of pulled pork. It was very soft and falling apart. Maltese sausage and gorgonzola. I do like a bit of gorgonzola. And mine's pulled rabbit rigatoni. Actually delicious. Like tougher to say that it's pulled than like pulled pork or something like that. I'm not a meat eater, so my description's not going to be very good, but yeah, that's really good. It's very cheesy too. What I enjoyed even more, and number 10 on my list, is incorrect, these pronunciations again. Now, I really enjoyed the Pastizzi, but this was my favourite thing that I had, and I don't have a sweet tooth. I'm not a sweet person. I love my savoury food, but this was the best dessert I've had in absolutely ages. But it's pastry with dates inside, but it was heavenly. It was so good. So if you're gonna eat one thing in Valletta or in Malta, incorrect, and I'm definitely pronouncing that wrong, but yeah, go enjoy it. It's delicious. Oh, heaven. So Valletta is very much a city, so if you are looking for a little escape, then you can get yourself to Upper Baracca Gardens. There's a lovely little cafe there, and it's just a nice little, if you need a breather, get yourself to Upper Baracca Gardens, get yourself a drink, sit and enjoy. Now this leads me on to my next point, which is to try a bottle of KINNIE, which since we were at the Baracca Gardens and I saw it on sale at that cafe, I thought I'd give it a go. Very, very sugary. It's a Maltese pop or a carbonated soft drink made with oranges, and it's described as bittersweet, which is interesting because the sweet hits you straight away. It is so sweet, and then the bitterness kind of follows. It's worth a go. Why not? It's Maltese, so had a go. Probably wouldn't have it again, I'll be honest, but gotta try these things, haven't you? Last on the list, so you've explored, you've done all of the things, you've seen all the things that there are to see. Book yourself a table at one of the many restaurants at the waterfront. We just went to Starbucks. I think I was starting to feel ill on this day. I mean, there's a video of me here and I'm just not looking particularly fabulous. So it was a way to sort of wind down when we were we'd done a lot. I really had no idea what to expect when we went to visit this place, but the views were very nice, the water looked lovely, the temperatures were just perfect, so sitting outside, enjoying some drinks and some food, it just seems like a really nice place to gather with friends or family, and just, yeah, take in the scenery, the warm weather, and just enjoy your drinks and food. Now after this, I kind of I wasn't well, so I spent about 36 hours just in bed before we flew home. Then flying home we were delayed by about 4 hours, so it was an intense kind of like 2 to 3 days that followed. We were sort of planning on that last day to get out and see one of the things that there is to see. One of the things that our taxi driver on the way there recommended was Medina, which was potentially on my list anyway. But there's so many other things that you could do. I'll pop a list of some of the popular visits or day trips that you can take from Valletta. Yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully it won't be too long because I was going to split this into 2 videos, but because I got sick there just wasn't enough content, so it's all in one. If you're going to Valletta, enjoy it. It's beautiful. You'll definitely get your vitamin D and warm up a little bit, defrost a little bit. If you're just looking for inspiration of places to visit and where to travel, then please do subscribe. I'll keep putting videos up of every trip I take with my recommendations on where to go and any research that I've done. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye!